Hello guys, and Elementals is another Pixar what if movie. What if cars were alive? What if toys were alive? What if hat controlling rats were alive? And now we've got what if the literal elements that make up the entire universe were sentient beings. But as with all sentient beings in the Pixar universe, it begs the question, do the elements have emotions? Well, today we find out. But before we get any further, please make sure that you click that red subscribe button down below and have your notifications turned on. The Pixar universe likes to place humans with 5 key emotions, with one head emotion and each emotion representing a different colour. Joy, yellow; sadness, blue; anger, red; fear, purple; and disgust, green. But what actually creates these emotions in the first place? Is it having a sentient brain inside some sort of avatar, and therefore animals and humans can have emotions like we see in Inside Out? Or does the avatar not matter? Like, could we say any sort of consciousness in the Pixar universe instantly has a set of emotions? Like, do the souls from Soul have emotions when they're not in their human body? Cause it looks like they do. But then, if any sentient consciousness has emotions, does that mean that the emotions themselves have emotions, and do those emotions have emotions, and so on and so on, and it becomes very, very complicated. So I suppose the bigger question is, if we do say elements have emotions, what created them and what came first? The emotions or the elements? Did they happen at the same time? Let's first see the emotions in action in Elemental, and it's clear that each element represents an emotion. For Ember and the rest of the fire people, it is anger, and we see huge orange flames come out whenever she's angry, like how we see anger do in Inside Out. For Wade and the water people, it's clearly sadness. I mean, the tear game says it all, and again, we have blue for sadness. For the earth people, we could say disgust, because just look at this disgusting scene.
Nothing weird going on here.
Just a little pruning.
And of course, the green colouring. For wind, it's kind of uncertain, but you could say fear, as a lot of the time they show purple, and we see in the sports match all of the clouds getting worried as if their team will not win. But then, does this mean that the elements created the emotions, with each element representing one emotion, and then once they eventually combine and eventually evolve as the end of the movie suggests, that's when people start having several emotions, like when Ember and Wade finally get together and we see the first signs of joy. Now, we could say that, however, it's not like all of the fire people only show anger and all of the water people only show sadness. In fact, throughout the movie, we see each element learning how to show other emotions. When Ember gets overwhelmed and bursts a flame, she becomes a rare purple flame, which later on in the movie we hear from Wade, that's because she was scared, not angry. So even though it is very rare, as the film suggests, for fire to go purple, it's because they're introducing a new emotion, which in this case being fear. When Ember is with the Viviseria flowers, she lights up a bright yellow, of course representing joy. And throughout the movie, we see the different elements unlocking these new emotions through big moments. We see fire becoming sad, with Ember learning to cry. We see water learning to be angry when we see Wade stand up for him and Ember's relationship in front of all of Fire Town. And what do all of those moments sound like that we know the emotions rely on? Core memories. In Inside Out, we know that core memories is what the emotions need to keep afloat, and throughout Elemental, we see core memories happening. The father's core memory of leaving his family and his father not accepting him makes him angry and sad. Ember creates core memories when she is standing under the bridge and touches Wade for the first time, and when she bows at the end and her father accepts her. And it's here where we realize that for the elements to be alive in the first place, they must have emotions. So little joys and sadnesses in their head, because core memories create energy and bring things to life. It's how some toys are able to come to life and others aren't. It's how certain people can stay alive in the afterlife and some fade away once the core memories are gone. And in this case, it's how the elements became sentient in the first place, because throughout this movie we see elements all around them, but they aren't actually alive. The biggest one being the massive pool of water that could flood Fire City. None of that water is alive, it's just water. And the reason being is the water is not sentient. And to become a living water person like Wade, you need to be sentient, therefore having core memories, to have emotions, and therefore we could say elements definitely do have emotions. Or at least the elements that are alive do have emotions. But anyway, guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, make sure that you smash that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Guys, let me know down below in the comments, what do you think about this? Do you reckon that the elements do have emotions, or do you reckon that the elements came first and then emotions came next? Do you reckon they don't? Is it all just a bit confusing? Because for me, it's quite confusing. Let me know all your thoughts down there. And as always, we've been here on Gate of Theories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.